Diving straight into the video of today. So most schools are affiliated with the Common App, and this is where international students mostly submit their application and go through the application process. I know if you have been trying to apply for university or college, then probably you've gone through the Common App, and if you're wondering how to fill it correctly, then this is a video for you. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing relevant tips on how to fill the Common App application and also ensure that you get yourself financial aid, a scholarship or grant, or even apply for work study. Just to note, guys, that in this particular video is the general application, but it will vary depending on the particular school you're applying for. So once you're there and you go to sign in, this is where it's going to take you to. Of course, if it's your first time, you have to create an account. Please watch to the end for these relevant tips, as it will be very helpful. You put in your email address, and then you have to fill in your password. You retype the password, and you also have to describe what best describes you, right? If you're a first year student, you're preparing to start college, or you're planning to start college later on, you have to answer all those questions and end up putting in your contact details, and of course agreeing to the terms and policy of the site for you to be able to continue as every other site demands, right? So once you fill in the application, is very basic. If you go to start your application, if it's your first time, it's still going to take you to this place where you have to create an account. If you're returning, then you have to go into where you just log in with your details, and it's that easy. I just wanted to show you guys the two ways to go about it: either signing in, which would take you to create an account, or starting your application, which will still take you to create your account, depending on if it's your first time or you're returning. So once that is all done, this was just a sample to show you guys how to go about it. You need to repeat the exact same thing, follow all the password instructions to ensure that everything goes on smoothly. And make sure not to skip anything, because it's gonna prompt you to fill whatever important information you have to fill before moving on to the next step, right? So guys, this is what the very initial step looks like. And it's asking you for your legal name, your legal first name, your legal last name or family name. It's going to ask you if you share your date of birth. I just selected something random for the sake of this video. It's going to ask you for your contact details. And of course, if you're not in the United States, you put a contact information that is out, and it will prompt you more options depending on what information you fill there. And then the simple privacy policies, and then you're basically good to go. Then you click on create account. And if something is missing, like I didn't purposely for this video, you see it's going to tell you to put in your address. Just put in any address depending on where you are. For the sake of this video, this is not my real address, guys. I just put in a fake address. And once that is all set, you'll be able to create your account, guys. So then you're set to go. It's gonna give you this welcome page. But once you're on this dashboard, I'm going to take us directly to the Common App. And as I earlier mentioned, it varies for different people, because different schools, depending on the college you're applying through, will require, for example, you to put in all your family information, but another school will not require so much of that detail. But the basics are really the same. What mostly varies is some schools require you to write an essay, some schools will limit the question, some will extend the question. But for the sake of this video, this is like a basic walkthrough of all the different parts of the Common App. You have to fill in your family, you have to fill in your education. So do you want to start depending on your school, right? So this, as I keep repeating, so if you go into your Common App, it is what your school needs that will be here, right? If they need you to put in just your high school education, that's the only thing that will prompt here. But make sure you fill it in correctly without any mistakes, so everything looks correct. And Put in as much education as possible. That's just an advice. If you completed, maybe, let me say, even first year of the university and you want to go and start back, you never know, you might be able to transfer your credits. So when you put in that information, they might evaluate and it will even give you a stronger chance, especially if you also performed well. So just see how performance has been and then put in the information there. There's always space for extra. And then here is the test, which will really vary according to the school, right? So as you can see, these two questions, the first and the second one, the international applicants, the question for international applicants, assuming you are international applicants, the answer will mostly be yes if you're located out of the United States. So let's note that if you're in the United States, your answer will probably be no. But if you're out of the United States, which that is what this video is most targeting, your answer is gonna be a yes. So that is how easy it is. And then you go to continue. It's going to take you to the next step if you're finished with everything here. And if you make a mistake, as you can see, there's always the place to clear answer. You can clear up your answer. So here it's going to ask for extracurricular activities. As much as this is not like top priority, but it's very important. This showcases the other side of you guys. Please add as many extra activities that you have partaken in. Don't get tired of feeling it. You don't just know, it increases your chances. And in terms of personal essay, it will also vary in terms of your school, but most schools require it. So as you can see, it's saying required or not required. If you're applying directly from the school, it's going to specify if it's required or not required. If it's not, just a quick tip, if it's not required, but it's still there for you to fill it in and you have that time, please go ahead and fill it in. Every extra thing you do increases your chances of being accepted and even getting automatic scholarship for schools that qualify for that. So don't be lazy, please go ahead and fill it if it's actually there. So most times it will give you a couple of questions, not this many sometimes. Then you go ahead and choose the question that best suits you, and then you're going to write an essay about that question. Please always make sure to read the questions detailedly. Make drafts, like do a summary of what you want to answer before you start answering it. As you can see, it's a maximum of 650 words, a minimum of 250. So your draft can even entail like 100 words, and then while writing you can elaborate more on that. So guys, please always take your time to fill in your applications. It makes you to stand a higher chance. So please. And now in terms of courses and grades, this will really depend on your school. Some will ask, some will not ask. So it really varies. But I think this is straightforward. The information there is always like straightforward to use. So let's look at the financial aid part of it. Most schools offer financial aid. I need to tell you guys for real, when you see the FAFSA application, that is mostly for people in the United States that qualify, and a very few exceptions. Most times in the international students are not eligible to apply for the FAFSA because it's a loan that is given by the government of the United States and you need to pay, of their country. So please look out for the scholarships that are specific for international students, and just avoid wasting your time with the FAFSA is if you're out of the United States. And also apply for the work study once you see that on your platform. And then let's go look at the scholarships. This is just a sample scholarship. Depending on your specific school, you're gonna see all the scholarships they're offering, and also see where to apply and how to add your application. So that will be straight and clear on your application on the site, depending on your school. And then here's just how to help you calculate your financial aid, how much you're gonna be needing depending on what the school is requesting. So this is just an extra guide that I love it. since it's on the application for you to just see. So last but not the least, guys, I'm going to share with you a few tips that please you should follow no matter the school you apply for, wherever you apply for. These are tips that will really help you ensure that you stand a higher chance of filling your application correctly and also getting a scholarship. So please always start early. Most times the app opens on August 1st, so that's why you see most schools will be telling you the deadline based on the app, on this app, because this is where most students apply through. So please start collecting and filling the information as early as possible. Familiarize yourself with the common app system. So before even going to start your application, this video really help you to just familiarize yourself. Prepare your personal statement. As I said, write like a draft of it before you even start applying, and beware of the application deadlines. So don't finish everything when everything is over. So please be aware, and thanks for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed.